Mr Speaker.
I call the honourable member Alan Peachey.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And may I just take a couple of seconds to say how pleased I am that you have resumed your rightful place as an Assistant Speaker in this House. Rightful place. I listened with great care to the Labor Party's new spokesperson on tertiary education. It probably would have been better if that member had made his opening statement supporting the bill and then sat down. Because after that first sentence, I thought maybe these guys over there are getting the idea at last that this government knows what it's doing. But the longer he talked, the less relevant he became to this bill and to this debate, and just brought home to the House again that yawning gap between the government and the major opposition party, the gap that is seeing them slowly consigned to the rubbish bin of history. What became apparent was that the Labor Party has no interest at all in developing a higher performing tertiary education sector. It has no interest at all, unlike the government, in ensuring better value for every dollar that the government spends. And remember, Mr Speaker, that better value means a better education for the students who are paying part of the cost of being in a tertiary education system. I invite the next Labor Speaker, and looking across the floor, Mr Speaker, it's rather difficult to imagine who that might be, but whoever it is, get on your feet and tell this House that the Labor Party supports a high-performing tertiary education system, and the Labor Party supports the policy to be introduced by this government in 2012 that will begin to link government funding to the performance of the institution, because no other measure is guaranteed to ensure a better education for the students in this country than requiring performance from the institutions that they attend. And that is partially what this bill is all about. I invite that Speaker, who I see is desperate to get on their feet, but they'll have to wait a minute or so longer, also to tell this House that they support the government's policy in increasing the number of university places for young New Zealanders. And while that person is doing that, they may like to take the opportunity to apologise to young New Zealanders for their ineptness in administering the tertiary education system during those long, dark 9 years that they had the opportunity to actually influence things. Mr Speaker, this is good legislation, it's sound legislation. It will go a long way to meeting what should be the first requirement of every student in a tertiary education organisation, and that is the assurance that they're an equality organisation, an organisation that has been judged on its academic performance, and an organisation which puts the quality of teaching first. Mr Speaker, I welcome the comments of the next Labor Speaker. I hope that person addresses the issues that I've raised. I commend the bill to the House and I look forward to its eventual passage.
Very good.